Um, Use may I indicate that I don't CR if he or she CR using FIN. on him. We didn't realize we keep forgetting we don't know him. We don't. I'm gonna have to contact the death registry. I was just on the phone with SS. Is the DTH registry is when you're no longer out being, you're listed anything you're no longer out being. We might be GTing that now. We might want, of course, to find out to either he or she is LVing, then made a DTH registry for you to look at UP. We might have a problem now. We didn't realize you needed access I where that link is because you can't find it US and Google for something now, and you're just getting people searches. People search can't tell you that he or she's LVing just for the US. No, people search just indicates where you possibly been LVing for the last 3 YRs. And if people search is not accurate unless you've been out being in location or area for 3 YRs. You can use people searches, but unless the he or she you're looking for is LV that area or location for those 3 YRs, that address is not going to be correct. You can look at he or she upon a people search, but if that he or she has not lived that location or area or address for 3 YRs, then that address is not going to be accurate. We didn't realize that you don't KW, you're U and L. We didn't realize you didn't GT anything that was meant for you. We didn't realize that. Why would you send it to a he or she other than I if it's meant for I anyway? We might AFTGT, yeah, we got a problem now. Other he's and she's would indicate the SM2. We might AFTGT, we didn't realize that. Yeah, we might not have realized. Why would we send anything to LV, he or she, that's meant for you anyway? It's supposed to directly be sent to you. Yeah, I just realized that. We keep on forgetting that you don't KNW these he's and she's. You KNW, I used to KNW my CHNs when they were CHNs, but I haven't seen my CHNs in an LGTIME. But did you actually send an entity energy he or she to one of my CHNs? I didn't give you any PNC for that entity energy he or she to be sent anyway, but did you actually send one to one of my CHNs? Yeah. Of course your CHNs and your MTR would get... We, might have a problem now. Of course your CHNs would get tapped. In the United States of America, you need PNC. I didn't give you any PNC for AL of this. Did not give you any PNC for the info to be inserted in my BDY parts of this TM yet. Did not give you any PNC for the anti-energies info to LV to BDY this TME period yet, like they just freaking D. Did not give you any PNC for the anti-energies he's or she's to be sent to any locations he's or she's at this TME yet. Where's this PNC? Because in the United States of America, you need PNC. And I just verbalized there's several TMEs this morning. I didn't give you any PNC. On top of it being a message from my DNA UNL that I don't KNW, that I didn't GV any PNC for AL this, and you still freaking D. Anyway, you just said an energy he or she went to PNC AN. EDAN. See, I gotta verbalize this AN now. United States of America, you need PNC. I didn't GV any PNC for AL this. Did not GV any PNC for the energies info to LV to BDY this TME period yet, like it just freaking D. After I just got done to verbalize I didn't GV any PNC for it. I didn't GV any PNC for the info to be inserted in my BDY parts of this TME yet, like they just freaking D. Right after I verbalized I didn't GV any PNC for it. Did not GV any PNC for the energies info to be inserted in this BDY this TME period yet. Did not GV any PNC for the energies he's or she's to be sent to any locations, places he's or she's at this TME period yet. When DY, I literally verbalized those statements 120 TMEs. See, in 2024, this YR this month is DY. I'm the only individual multiple personality in his STO at this TME period yet. I am here in this STO by my STF 2024. This YR this month is DY. I'm the only individual multiple personality. I in this STO. It is I. And that being freaking said, as if you... Why put a UP if you're just going to DWN it? And that's just lettering too, like DTH. That's why I'm USing the lettering for you not inserting the WDs. The letterings can stand for anything. That is why I'm verbalizing the lettering for you can't insert the WDs. The lettering can stand for any WD. You actually let I verbalize the way I W. You said entity energy he or she out to P and C. It's constantly a freaking verbalizing this. You just said entity energy he or she out to P and C A-N. Now I say so American any P and C. I did not GV any P and C for that entity energy he or she to be sent to any location he or she sent it to you if you're again. I literally verbalized that several TIMEs in the last 10 NI. And you did it AN. You literally just freaking effing did it AN. You just exited into the energy info on top of making me verbalize the WD because my W doesn't get you a nice W. On top of inserting info. Okay, we might have FTG2. We might have a problem here in the future. We didn't realize we had one for that, too. We, might have FTGT that, we didn't realize not to send your entities energies to OV, he's and she's, that you need the entities and stuff, of course. Because you're SSI and you need to CR for yourself like you are, so you need them to be able to CR for your STF. We don't KW that. We didn't realize that. AN, like I stated yesterday, you can't make a verbalize a WD, a letter, a number. That's against United States LW. You cannot make me verbalize anything that I don't W to verbalize. AN, LV indicates the SM. I'm verbalizing the lettering LV. You're making me verbalize a WD. LV indicates the SM. Like individual multiple personality yeah, remember Gene that. We keep forgetting that we might FTGT that we didn't realize. Like when she was laying DWN, she's not T-line to verbalize right now, she's T-line to ET. We might have forgot. So I was T-line to ET when I was laying DWN, you T-line to make a choke. Okay, you were in T1 to ET while you were laying DWN, you're not ST then, possibly make you choke. But I wasn't about to verbalize, well, T1 to ET like I was laying DWN. So obviously, we, okay, we didn't realize it's just a certain freaking the way you can GT some TIME. There's nothing to do about the verbalizing or not. And you can be like that when you're verbalizing too. We did not freaking realize it's just freaking. We didn't realize that. I don't HV a TWN. What? I don't HV a TWN. My birth certificate reads single. What? She doesn't HV a TWN. Her birth certificate reads single too. And actually, you just made me. I don't think I'm a VCH via TWN. I actually have never read a birth certificate, so I don't KW actually reads. You just made IOE. But I KW when my birth certificate reads. My birth certificate reads that I'm a single. That doesn't make any sense. A single read on a birth certificate indicates that I was the only BY born to that he. So he's GV birth now. I thought it was she. We didn't realize that you're disrespecting I where I think I'm a V. I'm a DNA WN, and I HV ovaries to prove that I'm a DNA WN, and I identify as a WN2. DNA WNs carry and deliver the BYs, not M-freaking Ns. My birth certificate reads that I am a single, indicate that I don't HV a TWN, indicates when I was born, I was the only BY in the uterus. I might have to GT something that I would read TWN even if they were DTH. We didn't realize that. I'm not a TWN. I'm a single. My birth certificate reads single, indicates that when my MTR delivered she only delivered one BY. That was that TME period for that birth certificate. And that was verbalized BKW. My birth certificate indicates that I was a single birth, indicates my MTR only delivered one BY, that's I, when that birth certificate was issued. We might have a problem. What? I'm a single. My birth certificate reads that I'm a single. What? My birth certificate reads I'm a single, indicates that when my MTR delivered she only delivered and the birth certificate was issued indicating that I was a single. That I was a single? You do realize it indicates you're a single, not was a single. Otherwise, my birth certificate reads I'm a single, indicating when my MTR delivered she only delivered indicating there wasn't any other BYs delivered in the TME frame FM her when she delivered indicating when the birth certificate was issued for it indicates that I was a single. We might have a problem now. We might have to GT something. Did you keep being under ET for some freaking RN? I'm FT, but I still need ET to survive. Keep forgetting yours. Yeah. What? They don't cuddle and hug just to get on your GD side to get info to G against you. And that being freaking said, not AL of WNs and MNs do that. Why put it there if you're just going to put it BK? What? Why put it there just to put a BK in the ovens GD? I just turned it OFF. That being freaking said, what is RG with you? You just made me indicate some freaking RG info. You do realize I don't freaking believe that he HG'd her in the SCF that was verbalized to I because he was trying to get info, but there are he's and she's that have deed that to GT info. We didn't realize you realized that. We didn't realize that. We didn't know you comprehended and understood. But we might have an issue now. We didn't realize you verbalized that RG like you verbalized that RG. Just because a he or she is HGINGing you does not actually an indication they might just freaking W info or something like that. But they could possibly W info because he's and she's have been indicating W to HG, he or she, just for the freaking info that it might GV. So basically, you need to be careful. That's why you're supposed to K and W, he or she. Take the TAME to K and W, he or she. You can hug whoever you freaking W at any TAME period. It's just an indication of affection. But you're supposed to take the TAME to K and W, he or she, before you start freaking verbalizing AL of it. Especially if it's very important freaking info that could possibly make them be able to freaking G. That doesn't make any anything. Me verbalizing that freaking HV3 CHNs can make a he or she G against I. To verbalize RG, you KPing I for verbalizing this. You can hug any he or she that you freaking W as much as you freaking W. It's just a sign of an infection. It's not a sign of an affection. Why would that be a sign of an affection? So I hugged my CHNs indicating it's a sign of affection. You can hug whoever you freaking W. It's just a sign of affection. That being said, there's some he's and she's that just hug to indicate infection when it's not. It's not infection. Should I verbalize a different WD? A sign of infection is not a hug. So you're stating every time that I hugged one of my CHNs, I was indicating a sign of an infection when I did an HV1? Okay. We might have FTGT. Did you hug and kiss your CHNs? And that's not a sign of infection. That's just a sign of affection. We didn't realize it. Obviously, I'm going to view as a different WD. We didn't do anything. Why he moved it there? We don't know where it's supposed to be. We don't know you. We don't realize. We realize that a hug's not a sign of infection. We didn't realize you did. You can W that a hug's not a sign of an infection. Obviously, I would not be hugging my CHNs for a sign of infection. Infection is not a hug. So you're going to have a bunch of he's or she's not freaking hugging now. Okay. We didn't. Oh shit. I keep forgetting your name chat. I didn't realize that. Why put it there if you're just going to GPK? We forgot it was there. Like you forgot that a hug's not a sign of infection. Uh-oh. Why put it... We don't know you. You don't know anything about WFDGT. We didn't realize that's what you W'd. We, realized that we, owe you a lot of ONY and CHNs and STF. We didn't realize that now. And why put it there if you're just on GBK? I W a bunch of CHNs and a bunch of ONY. I W a bunch of CHNs and a bunch of ONY. We, didn't realize the signs of infection would be, the whites of my eyes have nothing to do with the whites of my eyes here. That's, the, mucus with my eyes is supposed to be WHIT. It's not supposed to be YW. In fact, it is YW indicates an infection. Shit. We, yeah. UGT, you just call us SSD. Okay, yeah, I think they GT that too. We didn't realize it's affecting your vision. You need, bifocals now. It's making your vision worse. This infection doesn't seem to want to G away. Yeah, it seems to G away, and then the G's BK like the next WK, like 3 DYs later. Why is that? I'm USing when I'm prescribed the antibiotic DBs for the eyes and the antibiotic eye ointment. I US it. It seems to G away for like a couple of DYs, and then after 3 DYs or WK, G's BK. Why is that? The mucus with my eyes is supposed to be WHAT, not YW. That indicates infection. It's supposed to be WHAT, not YW. We, might keep forgetting you KW about this STF. Of course you are, because you CR for your STF. We didn't realize that. ICR for my STF indicates I KW with PKIs. I mean, obviously I KW with PKIs. I'm 44. I'm 44 and I CR for my STF. And I have always CR'd for my STF, and just made ILE. Obviously, I was a CHN once, and CHNs don't CR for their STF. As a grown UP, I have CR'd for my STF. I comprehend and understand with PKIs. One of the signs of PKI is YW mucus. Your mucus is supposed to be WHIT, not YW or GRN. YW indicates a bacteria. You don't know the stuff. You do realize he can't get what he W's. I'm actually SUing for him. I'm SUing for him because he got what he's W. You don't SUE for what you got what you W. I can't SUE for him. I don't SUE the P and C. I'm SUing him for one of the RNs as I didn't GT what I W. The MG is actually for the WN, not actually the M dash freaking N. So it's the WN, it's supposed to make A of the decisions and include the MN if she Ws. He RG that experience for I. And since I'm DOV and not doing that AN, I'm never going to HV that experience AN, to actually HV it the way it's supposed to be. What? I'm DOV, I'm not doing that AN, that's not HPN. We forgot your SUE number for RG and that experience, and since you're DOV and not doing that AN, you're actually never going to experience that experience like it was supposed to be for your 4 counters you're mixed with. We might have a problem now. We keep forgetting that. We didn't realize you're not on the G. You haven't since D1. Okay. We didn't realize that. Mr. DG, you GT what you freaking W. You can have that for VOC. Alright, we didn't realize that the trade has not CSG. And you're not playing G either since you're obviously not playing G. Yeah, and you made an entity energy, he or she is not MG, think they shouldn't become MG because I'm DOV and not doing an AN. This is why I didn't GV any PNC for the info to be inserted in my BDY parts at this TME period yet. Uh-oh. The nice, yeah, we keep forgetting. I'll show you how to kind of GV more signals. In the United States of America, you need PNC. I didn't GV any PNC for, yeah, where GT was a reflection in that mirror. That's not a mirror, that was glass. There's no mirror there. Mirror actually, SHOW, she actually looks like that was just glass you look through, just reflections. They verbalize through, but it is literally just a reflection in the glass, not a mirror. Mirror actually, SHOW, what she actually looked like. That it was a reflection in a glass, obviously her nose doesn't actually look like. We keep forgetting the only memory you have of her is a reflection in a glass, and you didn't verbalize to her, and we just connected you to a she, you don't KW, the only HV1 memory of a reflection in a glass of. United States of America, you need P and C. I didn't GV any P and C for A, all of this. Do not GV any P and C for the info to be inserted in my BDY parts of this TM yet. Do not GV any P and C for the entities energies info to be inserted in my BDY at this TM yet. Do not GV any P and C for the entities energies info to LV to BDY at this TM yet. Do not GV any P and C for the entities energies he's or she's to be sent to any locations, places he's or she's at this TM appeared yet. Where's this P and C? Actually, don't W this P and C. They don't realize you don't feel GD, you don't feel well. Actually, we didn't realize that you post. We didn't realize that you've been in hospitals even as a CHN. You indicated that. We keep forgetting that we don't KW and you're supposed to be freaking W. Really I am, but I have mucus and they're going to hear that when I verbalize some TMs. Yeah, you really think he's or she around now are going to be ST, don't you? Yeah, we GT'd about that. We talked about that stuff. We FDGT gets sometimes you verbalize the mucus gets in the way. And the mucus is an indication that you're in the office in that yeah, was that the minutes for that we didn't realize something. You might not KW. We realize now that you might actually have something that's causing that. And you've been to the DR, they just find GD's shit. Okay, not that clinic, but actually. Yeah. We FDGT, we didn't realize that. What? Antibiotics clear up infections, they don't max symptoms. DRs have been describing this, it maxes symptoms of the mucus. The mucus is WHAT, it's not an infection. I have no idea actually what it is. I don't know if there's like an infection up there, it's not gene with it. I'm not quite sure, but I've been to DRs about it and they've been writing me meds for stuff that actually CRs the symptoms. I don't want to be taking a med for the rest of my life like I have to do with the hormone for the thyroid, just to freaking I would like to KW was actually causing the mucus and SCOP it. We didn't realize something. That the mucus would be YW if it was an infection. The mucus is WHAT when I look at it, indicating it's not FM an infection. Now the mucus with the eyes is supposed to be WHAT, not YW, indicating HVPKI, indicating I have an eye infection. We might FTGT that we didn't realize that. And I have this bum here now from them making HT my head. I don't know what you are with the braining, how many of you are with the braining, the brain A, but the ones making HT my head, P my hair, and SEO for the teeth and everything, whatever that is, and the neck needs SEOP it. And why put this here if you're just going to GBK, and why is the BK of my neck sore? And unless you're indicating that there's something I don't KW when I look at the mucus, when I bring it UP, it's WHIT. That's why W is WHAT. You made them think that it was YW. The mucus that I'm bringing, that's draining from my sinuses, it's the YW mucus is on the eyes, not the freaking throat at the CME period. You're going to confuse. We didn't realize you're not a spine. We didn't, yeah, and it seems to be getting worse now too. There isn't any of those here. And then what else is there into that? And I don't think this is an allergy. Actually, we didn't realize she was doing anything worse. What? You made me indicate that I don't think that's a DG when it's a DG. What else would it be injecting any? That was a DG, you just made me indicate. Either way, you can't be injecting a he or she like the P and C. We didn't want to fuck GP, we just want this stuff. That being said, you made me indicate that wasn't a DG. Clearly it was some kind of DG, some kind of freaking meta, whatever, in the freaking whatever it is. And you can't inject any he or she without the P and C anyway. Why put it there if you're just going to GBK and why the BK of my neck sore? What? Those are his PTs. What? Telling a he or she that ULV is not an indication they don't freaking remember. It's an indication of infection. So that's an indication of an infection too. So he's or she's are going to be G'ing around, never verbalizing anything about freaking. Okay, we're kind of GTing how we should not be KPU for verbalizing the correct WD. There's you just contradictory some things. I didn't realize that. Affection, LV is a WD indicated for affection, not infection. You're going to have a whole bunch of he's and she's G'ing around, not verbalizing freaking WDs. Okay, we might FTGT that you might be SRT when it comes to SSF. We didn't. So, I verbalized that I LV'd an HG my CHNs a lot because I LV my CHNs. We, enable DTH if you don't do that. We just freaking school GP. We, keep on FT because, of course, you would have to interact to CR for the CHN. You have to CR for CHNs, otherwise CHNs DTH. We keep on FTGTing that I'm a GTMDR. I CR'd for my CHNs. They sat on my lap. I MV'd the hair. I did their hair. I put them in the freaking tub. I CLING. Make sure their diapers were CHG'd, etc., etc., etc. I'm a GTMTR. I took GDCR of my CHNs. I CR'd for my CHNs like a GTMTR was supposed to. Why do you think they're not supposed to now? How are they not supposed to now? A CHN with DTH is not CR'd for. I CR'd for my CHNs because that's what you're supposed to do with CHNs. CHNs cannot CR for their STF. We might have a problem with something. We didn't realize that. We keep on FTGTing the CHNs need to be CR'd for because they can't CR for their STF. We keep and you indicated that I need to be CR'd for when I'm taking on my SCF. I am not a CHN, but you keep, even grown UPs need to be CR'd for some TAMEs like CHNs. CHNs cannot CR for their STF, they need to be CR'd for, and sometimes grown UPs need to be CR'd for too. That's why we have CR caregivers for grown UPs and CR facilities for grown UPs. There's sometimes he's and she's when they're grown UP need to be CR'd for too. And you keep on indicating me as a grown UP needing to be CR'd for. You made me indicate that you keep on making me indicate as a grown UP when I am a grown UP. You're not deeming that. You're indicating that I need to be CR'd for as a grown UP. You just indicated that I came WC after I indicated several TAMEs that I know HV1 memory of a reflection eye in the glass, indicating that obviously I would need to be CR for. Oh, we keep forgetting we don't know you. I only HV1 memory of her, and that's a reflection in the glass of her, and obviously that's not her freaking nose. I kept on indicating that I don't KW her, because you need more than a memory of a reflection in a glass to KW he or she, and you kept G'ing with it, indicating that I need to be CR'd for. I don't KW her, I literally only HV1 memory of a reflection in a glass of her. And there's nothing RG with my brain I don't need to be CR'd for. adjective. And that being said, CHNs, I'm not a CHN, I'm a grown UP, I'm 44. When you're 44, you're a grown UP. CHNs are not 44. CHN is between birth and 20. CHNs need to be CR4. CHNs especially between the ages of birth and 10, definitely need to be CR4. And you're a CHN from birth to the age of 20, and you definitely need to CR between the ages of birth and 10 of the CHN, but you are a CHN from birth to 20. CHNs need to be CR4. They can't CR for their STF. So you're a CHN from the age of birth to 20, but between the ages of birth and 10, you definitely have to CR for that CHN. CHNs cannot CR for their STF between those ages, and you are a CHN from the age of birth to 20. You need to CR for CHNs. CHNs cannot CR for their STF. Yeah, you did. Yeah. Keep FTJT numbers on you. If you didn't, we're not doing this again. We don't comprehend and understand what you W. A W, a bunch of CHNs, and a bunch of O1US is a W. Oh shit. We keep forgetting we don't W. That being said, why put this here if you're just going to GBK? Why put this here if you're just going to GBK, and why is the back of my neck sore? Why put this here if you're just going to we didn't realize they're going to realize that they're not they're going to realize that they're not freaking BK and call I out here. But they're going to realize that they're not BK and call I out here. We FDGT that they might be SRT and be able to think for their STF. We didn't realize. With that being said, why put this here, the G and BK? Your G and BK is why put this here, the G and BK? Why is the BK of my neck sore? And you just made I look like an out ear. they're going to figure out T, the whoever it is not BK, and they're going to call it ALE. Yeah, actually, it's not, she's actually T with T. We didn't realize that they might be SOT to figure out T, that they're not BK. We might have FTGT'd something. And I'm this. We FTGT that we don't know we didn't realize you're busy at this team. You were busy at this team, we didn't realize you were busy at that team. And why put this here if you're just going to GBK, and why is the BK of my next sword? But they now think the PH cam is an LVing he or she. The PH cams are objects. They're not LVing he's and she's. I'm an LVing she. The PH cams are objects. They're not LVing he's and she's. I'm an LVing she.